you about what we just witnessed tonight?
Hey, what's going on, Marvin?
How you doing?
Love the show, Marvin. And Miss Victoria. Well, the real elephant of the real room is the fact that the Pacers just outpaced them. And wasn't there something about last year how the Knicks was all beat up? I mean, I just feel like people just need to quit giving excuses and try to come up with excuses as what's going on and just give the Pacers their props.
I appreciate
Marvin,
that.
one more time.
Victoria, like last year, a lot of it was Jalen Brunson has all these different injuries.
Yeah.
Obviously
there was a lot of excuses. Yeah.
There was. Like he would show up bandaged up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it just looked like he shouldn't play, and then
we expected it.
Yeah, and now Karl Towns wasn't on the team, and Mikal Bridges wasn't on the team.
Yeah.
But coming into this series, it was the exact opposite. The Knicks were ready to go, and yet the Pacers still are finding ways to beat them.
I mean, coming into this, we expected them to go on a tear, as Katie said. We expected to be a 1-1 split at this point, and we definitely didn't expect it to be this, right? And so I think the Knicks were in the best possible position they could have been in. And it's not like it's come down to the wire, but it's come down to a wire for reasons where
Yo, man, what's poppin'?
How did we get here? Why did this happen?
I think the biggest why did this happen is what on earth happened with Karl Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter. Had 3 fouls, right? But he, to me, wasn't in the game because he was a defensive liability. He wasn't hitting shots that they needed him to hit. And there you have a guy making almost $60 million a year, I believe.
Yo, Sai, what's poppin'?
Bench. Didn't make a lot of sense. Here's
what
Tom Thibodeau said after the game about why Karl Anthony Towns was on the bench for most of the fourth quarter.
Tom, as you know, Cat sat most of the fourth quarter tonight. You went with Mitchell for most of that. What went into that decision?
Just we got in a hole, and then the group that was in there gave us a chance, so we just right in that. We're just searching for a way to win.
I hate when coaches say stuff like that. Like that's Karl Anthony Towns, man. Like that is an NBA All-Star. And what do you mean you got in a hole and you just went with the guys? Just admit he wasn't good enough. You didn't trust him down the stretch. And Victoria, if they don't trust him, what does that mean for this team in this series?
They better trade Cat.
That they're just kind of a bit afraid to admit.
They better trade Cat. They better trade that boy Cat and somebody else and go get Giannis. Y'all better go get Giannis, New York. Y'all better go get Giannis.
Was showing, the cracks in the foundation were showing, and they did their best to try to, duct tape it together by eliminating, well, this might be cracking, but let's hold it together. Maybe people won't notice. We noticed it a lot. And I think that's essentially what they were trying to do there, to maybe try to protect the situation, but it didn't work.
No, it didn't work at all. And here's my thing, right? If you're talking about Karl Anthony Towns is a grown man. Karl Anthony Towns is an NBA All-Star. Like at some point you got to be like, listen, my dude wasn't good enough when I needed him to be.
Yeah.
I would prefer to hear that rather than this 8th basketball speech that Tom Thibodeau just gave, right? Like, what are you talking about? The Orioles, presented by Progressive Insurance. Coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. This is Game Night on ESPN Radio, ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80 and tune in. But it's also the Knicks. We want to hear from you all. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. On the other end of the break, Victoria will have more heartbreaking stats that really make you as a Knicks fan probably want to give up, right? What should the panic meter be, though, for the Knicks after losing their first 2 games? This is Game Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The NBA playoffs continue.
Yeah. Yo, what's poppin'? Your boy out here in these streets. What's good?
Don't get in 3rd and short or 4th and short. Win on first down. And I think anybody who's against it, you're a coward. Just man up and figure out a way to.
Yeah, that thing over for the Knicks, shot. Y'all not gonna win no games in Indiana. Y'all coming back swept. Yeah, man, I'ma pop in and out real quick, man. Show my face, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. B.I.G. Biggie birthday, man, you know. You already know. You already know. Motherfucking arm hurting like a motherfucker. My hand, rather. My arm feels so much better since the doctor gave me some meds and shit. But my hand's still bothering me. But I did my physical therapy today, kid. My own physical therapy. Jump right to it. I ain't wasting no game. Damn. Shaking your ass all week, huh? It's Memorial Day weekend, so I popped out, man. You know me, I don't really like popping out too much without the wife or without the homies. Today I'm for Dolo. I'm for the Dolo. I had to come out. I did therapy today. I took my meds. I'm good. I'm out here. But I'm gonna be in that motherfucking bed all day tomorrow. Yo, them Knicks, man. The Knicks. Oh my God. Plus, man, I get out here, man, and I work for y'all, so y'all know I'm gonna give y'all some exclusive content. I work hard for the people. You know, the people show love, so I work hard for the people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let no little muscle spasms stop me from doing what I gotta do. Take my meds, take my rest, do my therapy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disabled. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna kill myself. But nah. You know what I'm saying? Word. Okay.
This is Game Night on ESPN Radio, ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. And I'm sorry, Knicks fans. Like, we're not trying to rub it in. Like, come on, boys to men, end of the road. Victoria, like I remember 8th grade graduation. People were crying off this song. Like, real tears. Like, bro, I'm gonna see you after you come back from camp. Like, relax, you know what I mean? But people were bawling and sobbing.
So,
I feel like some Knicks fans are probably feeling that emotion right now.
So I was like, I couldn't hear the music until I just started hearing you laugh, and then it got turned on, and then I just immediately got hit in the feels. I just went on an emotional roller coaster in a matter of 15 to 20 seconds here.
Yes.
We're putting people on a journey right now.
We are. Like, people calling people from high school that they hadn't thought about in 20 years.
They're reigniting flames with their exes.
A lot of weird friend requests probably happening right now. You hear that kind of song.
A lot of you up texts coming their way.
Hey, stranger. Like, there's a lot of that probably happening right now. It's been a while. Knicks fans, it's been a while for them since they felt victorious. I don't know what this team is. They lose tonight 114-109. They're down 2-0 in the series. Victoria and I have given you a bunch of stats that kind of say, listen, there's a chance. But also, it's going to be very, very difficult for the Knicks to come back. If you look at history, this is Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. And tune in. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. We have called this Game Night, but also the Knicks Vent Line, 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. And we're going to talk about Karl Anthony Towns in his absence in the fourth quarter. But first, we're going to get to some of these calls. Tony in Miami, what say you about what we just witnessed tonight between the Pacers and the Knicks?
Hey, y'all, this is Tony from Miami. How you doing? Listen, I know there's been a lot of callers on here talking about Indiana, and they beat us this game. They won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They beat us. But you look back to game one. Game one, we
Nah, father, what's poppin'? What's poppin', OG? How you doing?
It's 0-2. We're 0-2. We're down. But we are the best road team in the playoffs. We've won every game in the playoffs. Dylan Brunson was on fire tonight. 38 points. He's crushing it. I know he's played a lot of nice football in the past 2 games, but he was on fire tonight. And listen, we were down. We lost this game. We're on the road. I'm confident in him. Playing this game. And he's going to dish the starting lineup. And Deuce McBride has been a killer. He's been unbelievable the past 2 games on the defensive and offensive end. And
I appreciate that call, Tony. I appreciate that. So, Victoria, I do think one thing he said is really important. If you have any hope for the Knicks, he was definitely he was overdoing a little bit. Like, sometimes New Yorkers will overdo it. Have you noticed that? Like, they'll go too far with it. Like, you're not in Goodfellas. You know what I mean? But, like, there's a little bit of that.
I was kind of here for it. I almost started talking like
it was, he kept getting more and more New York. Like as New York, and he's like Bronx in 1968 or something like that. But
like probably last night the Knicks were good.
Yeah, probably. Good point. He did make a good point though. The Knicks are a great road team.
Yeah,
now, if you're a Knicks fan, the thing you're probably holding on to is
I'm glad he brought that
2
up.
games, but they can win on the road. We've seen that. And Victoria, maybe that's a reason for hope.
Well, I think that is a reason for hope, and I think that is a situation in which no one seems to be bringing that up until our friend Tony. So I feel like that is something that Knicks fans need to realize is I mean, look what they did with Boston. Look what they did with the Celtics. I mean, they disrespected the Celtics in Boston at the Garden. As someone who has grown up in Celtics country, like that is